Hey, it's Paul. Have you ever been to a point in your life where you felt broken, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go? Well, this is just for you. This is a scriptural word, and this is a plan for you. It's called Broken. And at the end of this, you're going to love this song that I wrote called Broken. Thank you, and God bless you. Well, blessings. This is Paul. So today's topic, we're going into the word I covered. My topic is called Broken. We're going to look into the books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And so this talks about this woman in the Bible where Jesus was at a guest in Bethany having a meal. He's sitting back having his meal, and this woman approaches him, and she had this alabaster flask. Alabaster flask contained really costly perfumes. And she had broken the seal of this jar, and she begins pouring this over the perfume over Jesus' head and his feet, and drying and wiping his feet with her hair and her tears. So this talks about how the disciples actually became critical over this, saying, well, this perfume costs a year's wages. It could have been fed to poor, and yet she breaks it and pours it over his head and feet. And then, of course, Scripture goes on and talks about how Jesus rebukes these disciples and these critics, and in this defenseless woman, and declares how it is a beautiful thing that she has done, because she was actually preparing him for his burial. So we look at Scripture, and we got to realize that alabaster flask was something very precious and expensive. In fact, it was actually a lifetime of wages. I mean, possibly, well, not a lifetime, but a year or more salary. So it had to be something very special to this woman, because it was very costly to her. And she probably didn't even have a whole lot of stuff. And so this was probably everything she probably had invested in right here in this alabaster box of perfume. And so she breaking the seal. Once she broke the seal, it had to be used up, or it lost its value. And in the act of her pouring it over Jesus' head was her love, that was just showing her total surrender to Jesus. I mean, we have to look at this. She was showing herself broken. She had broken before him and totally surrendered to Jesus. And in this act, Jesus corrected the disciples. And I said, do you realize that it was prophesied that I was to be buried, and that she had anointed me and prepared me for my burial? And I don't understand not knowing this, because Jesus had not gone to the cross yet, so the disciples probably didn't understand and really knowing what he was talking about. But it is about being broken. The story is about being forgiven, because Jesus actually forgave her of her sins. Her act was being broken. It was a beautiful thing, a very beautiful thing she had done. She had humbled herself before Christ. And that is where you and I need to come as ourselves. We need to humble before Christ to be broken. And if there's anything you need to go through right now, I want you to listen to this song. I made this song. I wrote this song. I just now put it out on the streaming media, the platforms. It just started right now this week, and you could download it if you want, but I'm not trying to promote it to you. Okay, I'm just going you to listen to it, and during it, as you listen to the song, I want you to be blessed by it. I want you to meditate on God. I want you to become broken before God and listen to the song and the words. God blessed me with the talent to write this song. I play on a worship team at church, and so God actually he blessed me with the gift of writing, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a poet. I don't know it, I guess. But I love God, and so I put my heart into writing this song. I played on worship team for years, and I've written a lot of songs, but never really got into producing songs until now. So, but I want it to bless your heart. It's called Broken. So just give it a listen, and just let God deal with your spirit. I love you very much, and I appreciate every one of you. And God bless you. I kind of rushed through this intro piece, I guess, about the woman alabaster box, but it's where my mind goes to when I think of the broken and the compassion before Christ, a total surrender before who Jesus Christ is. And I love you. Here's the song. I'm not going to quit gabbling here, so listen to it.
Kneeling before the cross, I'm crushed and feeling lost. I am broken before you, bearing a heavy cost. Overwhelmed by burdens, I am in dire need, yearning for your mercy, desiring to be free, and humbled by your love, Lord, uphold me from above, sustained by your grace, centered in your passion's embrace, standing in faith, you are my rock, I pour out my heart like the alabaster box, a beautiful aroma of sweet perfume unto you, God, the atmosphere of victory where I finally stand, oh. Kneeling before the cross, my spirit is defeated, I am broken before you, my restoration is needed. Overwhelmed and weary, yearning for your light, humbled in your love, makes my darkness bright, humbled by your love, Lord, uphold me from above, sustained by your pure grace, centered in your passion's embrace, standing in faith, you are my rock, I pour out my heart like the alabaster box, a beautiful aroma, sweet perfume unto you, God, the atmosphere of victory where I finally stand, oh. Standing in faith, you are my rock, I pour out my heart like the alabaster box, a beautiful aroma, sweet perfume unto you, God, the atmosphere of victory where I finally stand, oh. I am broken, broken by your love. Ooh.